JNN is brought to you by Don Roberto Jewelers and Battleground Games.
Today on JNN, we provide the latest news on contract negotiations between Modesto City Schools and the Teachers Union.
We also take a look at the consequences of fighting.
Then Austin Turley closes the winter sports box.
And we get the story on two violinists on campus who happen to be brothers.
Finally, we take a look at Syrian refugees in the Modesto area.
All this and more on today's JNN. Good morning, Gregoria High. I'm Ryan Dominguez.
And I'm Jake Bailey. Today is Friday, February 19th.
We've got a great show today, so let's get started.
After nearly a year of negotiations between the Modesto Teachers Association and Modesto City Schools, a tentative settlement has been reached regarding salary changes and working conditions for teachers in our district. Emma Jacobson brings you the story.
Late Friday, February 12, Modesto Teachers Association and Modesto Board of Education reached a tentative agreement after 10 months of contentious negotiations. These results were announced Wednesday, February 17, at Downey High School.
Well, based upon this afternoon's attendance, which is a very high rate for us, and based upon the questions and I think the reaction, I'm hoping that the membership will be pleased with the results. We had a lot of irons in the fire and a lot of problems to try to resolve, and I believe we took care of many of them.
According to MTA President Doug Burton, the tentative agreement outlines many points of negotiation.
We achieved an additional 45 minutes of prep time for elementary teachers and 6% in salary on enrolling.
While teachers are focused on these and other matters pertaining directly to them, Public Information Officer Becky Fortuna identified additional budget items that have informed the district's position throughout negotiations.
So at the district level, we have to focus on what's best for our students, as well as our staff and our facilities and the programs that we offer for our students. So there are a lot of things to keep in mind when we're talking about those dollars that are coming into the district.
Burton described a large teacher presence at the February 9 school board meeting as directly influential to the tentative agreement. The meeting was moved to Gregoria High School to accommodate expected large teacher presence. Teachers gathered to show solidarity for union contract negotiations.
What we're doing, and this is the third board meeting in a row we've been doing this, is teachers getting together here to show solidarity for two things really. One is for kind of more of an equality as far as the administration goes, kind of taking us seriously as far as being professionals. And then obviously there's the contract end of it as far as pay raises.
Teachers drew from the district's own bullying policy with bright neon green t-shirts to send a message to Modesto City Schools.
In every classroom on our campus as well as around the district, there are signs that say bullying is against district policy, and our position is that there is a culture of bullying in this district that isn't just kids, it's adults too.
According to MTA documents, the district has unlawfully been making decisions that directly affect teachers without union input. MTA has sent numerous cease and desist letters that identify policies that are directly changing teaching conditions in the classroom.
At the district, we received 15 cease and desist letters from the Modesto Teachers Association, arguing that a variety of things that we were doing were not according to Ed Code. We shared all of those letters with our lawyers, and our lawyers determined that we were not doing anything wrong.
While the two parties have not reached agreement in these areas of negotiations, teachers at Wednesday's meeting appeared to be pleased with the tentative agreement.
We're very happy with the deal that we got out of mediation. We believe it is a fair settlement, and it is the best settlement that we would have reached without striking, and strike is not good for anybody, so we're very pleased.
Modesto Board of Education will vote to ratify the contract February 29, and MTA will vote to ratify the contract March 2nd. Reporting for JNN, this has been Emma Jacobson.
Thanks, Emma. In the 6 weeks since winter break, 2 fights have already taken place on campus. Justin Yang demonstrates the possible repercussions of fighting in this public service announcement.
Watch where you're going, bro. We'll see that one more time. Watch where you're going! Yo, that could have been us up there, walking the stage, but instead, we decided to fight. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Mom. Don't fight. It ain't aight. Am I right? I love you, Mom!
Thanks, Justin. And now Austin Turley closes the Winter Sports Box.
What's up, Jags? I'm Austin Turley coming to you from the J&M Winter Sports Box. Winter sports are coming to an end, so let's see how the Jags are finishing the season. First up is boys basketball. The boys played Modesto last Friday and lost with a final score of 55-34. Wednesday, the boys played their final game versus Enox. The Jags started off slow, ending the first quarter trailing the Eagles by 2 points. In the second quarter, the Jags stepped up their defense and ended the half ahead, 19-14. They held their lead for the majority of the second half, but ended with a close score of 49-43. The boys ended the season with a league record of 6-8 and an overall record of 11-15. On to girls basketball. Thursday, the Lady Jags beat Modesto 52-46. Tuesday, the Jags faced Enox, where they fell behind early, and the girls were unable to recover, eventually losing 70-37. Our Lady Jags finished the season with a league record of 5-9 and an overall record of 8-18. Next up is wrestling. Last week, the Jags competed in the MMC's tournament. 14 Jags competed and 11 finished on top. Here are the results by respective weight class. Joseph Toledo placed 4th at 106 pounds. Santiago Ruiz placed 3rd at 113. Marcos Gonzalez placed 3rd at 120. All three of the Villavicencio brothers placed. Ethan placed 1st at 132. Aiden placed 3rd at 138. And Michael placed 1st at 145. Bryce Lowe placed 3rd at 160. Tim Eggers placed 1st at 182. Alejandro Cardenas placed 2nd at 195. Brian Odishu placed 2nd at 220, and Eric Sanchez placed 4th in the heavyweight class. Each of these individuals will be moving on to the CIF Divisionals today and tomorrow at Elk Grove High School. Well, that's it for the Winter Sports Box. I'm Austin Turley, signing off.
Thanks, Austin. Academic Block G applications are available in the SBO. Students who have previously qualified and earned a G can still qualify to earn a Lamp of Knowledge pin. Applications are due by Friday, February 26th. Today is the Fast Club's Lose the Chew Day. Be sure to stop by their table at lunch today for prizes and more information. The Grigori Floral Shop is open 5 days a week in room M103. Valentine's Day may have passed for this year, but flowers and balloons remain available for purchase. Two Grigori students, Hyung and Nathan O, share a passion for the violin. Cecina Aldalva and Angie Morales bring you the story.
That's what I'm looking for. Now play this thing, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
When I was a kid, my brother was like kind of my idol. When my mom would ask me like what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would say I want to be like just like my brother.
Thanks, man.
I regret that now.
It's a lot of fun working with him because we're in the same section now. Like last year, he was in a different section. He was in violin 2. I was violin 1, but now we're both in violin 1. So it's cool to like talk about the music. I think we started probably 4 years ago, and we started playing for church together. It kind of became like a business.
Yeah, the old brothers.
Yeah, and then we started upgrading to
gigs.
To gigs. So we started playing for like dinners, weddings, a lot of retirement homes, and in hospitals.
Our mom made us.
Yeah, the first day, my mom just like dragged me to this music store, and she just forced me to start playing. I hated it at first, but you know, after a while, music just kind of becomes a part of you.
When she took me in, I actually really wanted to play the violin. So like, I loved the lessons.
We fight a lot.
That's true.
We kind of have different personalities. I'm more perfectionist, and he's definitely just like, oh, it sounds okay.
Let it flow.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
Sometimes we're like arguing while playing. We're like, dude, why did you mess up? Like, why did you not go back?
Dude, we're gonna take this repeat, okay?
Yeah. We get through it. So we're brothers. All it takes is like one person to believe in you. And Dan was awesome in doing that for me.
they're both real vibrant personalities. They're really teachable, and they want to learn, and they improve very quickly. Ha-Young has been our concertmaster now literally since he arrived here, and great leaders come and go, but the great leaders set a really good example, and I think Ha-Young has set a good example. I think Nathan absolutely has that potential to be kind of that next concertmaster figure that we've got.
The O Brothers will take a break when Ha-Young leaves for college in the fall of 2016, but the two will continue to do gigs and strive to become better violinists. Reporting for JNN, this has been Cecina Aldava and Angie Morales.
Congratulations are in order for another Grigori musician, Sophia DeAngelis, who was selected to be a part of the California All-State Band. She performed alongside musicians from across the state last weekend in San Jose. Dance production auditions for next school year are scheduled for Wednesday, March 9th at 3:30 in the dance room. Come prepared to perform a 1-minute solo in any dance genre for your audition. See Ms. Perrone for more information. CSF applications are due today in the SBO no later than 3:30. Be sure to have a copy of your report card or transcript, as well as the $5 application fee when you turn it in. Sign-ups for Grigori's Got Talent are available in the SBO and due no later than next Wednesday, February 24th. Auditions for the show begin after school the same day. In recent years, the greater Modesto area has received an influx of refugees from around the world. Leonella Moda and Catherine Swartz bring you the story of their transition to America.
Modesto now has over 200,000 people and is home to many different cultures and ethnicities. With agriculture and manufacturing jobs nearby, restaurants and movie theaters, schools and colleges, Modesto offers its people many special opportunities for both native and immigrant families. By creating a program for high school English learning students, Davis has become a school with an incredibly large variety of students and languages.
So the Language Institute is a specialized program, and we serve all of the immigrant and refugee students entering the greater Modesto area at the high school level.
With that program, Davis High School has not only helped a majority of Hispanics, but has opened the doors to many new immigrants, including those from the Middle East.
Our second largest demographic of students are war refugees. So from 2009 until about 2011, those students were coming from Iraq. And then we had a wave of students entering our schools from Afghanistan. In fact, we're still getting enrollments from Afghanistan. And then most recently, starting last spring, we started to receive students from Syria.
Modesto's local refugee organization, World Relief, has relocated thousands of refugees and has helped with the process from beginning to end.
We resettle refugees in Modesto. So cases are assigned to our office from Department of State, and we start pre-arrival. As soon as we get a flight notice for the families, we begin looking for housing for them, try to get donations from the churches, from community members, different organizations. Once the families arrive, we make sure they're picked up from the airport, they have a warm, culturally appropriate meal. We get them enrolled in their appointments with the county office, with public health, school enrollment, social security office.
Many of the refugees fleeing their country for a better life react surprisingly well to the new American high school environment.
I would say that these students have an innate motivation that most students don't. The vast majority are escaping something, whether it be war, poverty, religious persecution, oppression, abuse. They have some pretty dark stories. So when you hear their story and then you see how joyous they are and how motivated they are, it doesn't really match up, but you can see that in their mind they've had the opportunity to start over.
Valentina and Noor are both students at Davis High School and have relocated to Modesto through World Relief 4 years ago. The hardships they left behind, like the many bombings of their schools and neighborhoods, serve as a motivation for them to further their education.
I want to get education because I don't want to get minimum wage for the whole of my life. I want to get something better for me to build my future.
A lot of people in our country couldn't get educated because of what's going on. So maybe since my parents didn't get educated, I wanted to be the first one.
Siblings Yosef and Ayat Faris are two of the newest students at the Language Institute. For them, the change in education and culture is extremely foreign compared to their life in their hometown of Damascus, Syria.
In America, technology is better than in Syria, which is very beneficial to our education. When we were in Syria, we would use many textbooks, but here we use Chromebooks. Rosetta Stone and System 44 help us to learn the English language quickly. Everything's different. The language, the way we live, the way we get money. All my friends, school friends, my relatives, we lost contact with them. We didn't know where they went. We used to see them every day. Now we don't know where they are.
Despite the initial transitions being difficult, many of the students have adapted to their new ways of life.
These families are here because they had no other choice. If it was up to them, they would return to Syria. But because of the dangers, they're just not able to right now. But they want to, have a future for their family. They want the same thing an American wants to.
Reporting for JNN, this has been Leonella Moda and Catherine Swartz.
Lindsay Bird, the director of the Language Institute, recently received a Golden Bell Award for her work at Davis High School.
The award is given by the California School Board Association, which highlights programs in a variety of categories, Davis's being language acquisition.
Next week, there's a modified schedule for open house.
Monday is a blue day, Tuesday is a gold day, and Wednesday is an early release.
Thursday is also an early release, and Friday is traditional.
Well, that's it for JNN Today. I'm Mariah Dominguez.
And I'm Jake Bailey.
See you next time.